All right, first bike night. Here we go. Off to our first bike night. Hopefully. Now I say hopefully because if it starts raining between now and me getting, say, halfway there, I'm turning back. But hopefully things will hold up. Make it without any rain. 5:28. I think the bike meet started at 5 o'clock, so not too bad. Make a decent time. I want to get there hopefully by 6 o'clock. We'll see. And if I'm not lucky, I'll just kick it there from like about 6 till 7, 7:30 at the latest, and then be out. Because the two things I don't want to catch me: sunset or the rain. 110. That makes sense.
Get this beat untagged for free at freebeats.io. Get this beat untagged for free at freebeats.io. Get this beat untagged for free at freebeats.io.
He's in the Camaro. You know what he's gonna do.
freebeats.io.
I made it to Cycle Care Bike Meet. Well, let's make the U-turn and then make a confirmation. We know what 5 Alive luck is like. Such a bad trip, and come to think of it, I could definitely jump on the parkway to go back home if I so chose. I think if I'm pressed for time, or I'm stressing over speed, then yeah, that's different. But as far as this big bitch where it needs to be placed.
Because the line over my head isn't over my butt. My head and my butt are in alignment now. My spine is straight, the bike is even. Now, a lot of you guys think that if you get off the bike, you're going to crash. You're going to slide off. If I'm on a motorcycle and I sit directly in the middle and I try to leave the bike low and I don't move out the middle of the seat, you guys can see how the bike can eventually lean too low and wash out. Now, notice how when I'm on the bike, I'm going to put my foot down just so I don't lose my bike right now on this back stand. But let's say both of my feet are on the rear sets. Now let's say if I apply the proper body position, one butt cheek on, and I get off the bike, and notice how my body is so low, the bike is higher up, I can get more more traction on the tires and I can have more contact patch on the tire if I put my body low. Because the lower I put my body, the center of gravity from my weight looking through the corner is going to carry me through while the bike is up here. I'd rather, a lot of us laugh at the videos when we see the guy sticking the knee out really, really far and he's not really leaning the bike too low. And yeah, you can be over dramatic for certain body measures, but a lot of times you want to keep the body low because the lower your body, the higher up the bike. The higher up the bike, the more what? The more traction. The more traction, why? The more rubber on the ground. Okay? Now, we're about halfway through. Braking. Anybody have a problem with braking? Emergency braking? You see a car coming up last minute, you guys need to brake down. Everybody confident stopping this bike at 70, 80 miles an hour before a red light last minute? Every single one of you? Okay. So, let me explain something to you. Who checks their tire pressure before every ride? Don't lie, because I don't. Who's lying? Okay. Tire pressures. Typically, guys, every tire is different, but most tires, if you're less than 230 pounds and you're more than 130 to 230, that average range, you kind of want to be in that 33, 34 PSI front tire. 34, 33, 34 in the front, hold. 30 to 32 in the rear. I recommend a little bit lighter in the rear, a little bit less pressure in the rear, because what happens if we have less air? The tire can flatten more, correct? If we have more air, the tire is harder, it's less likely to give. If we let air out the tire, it gives more. When it gives more and we corner more, the tire flattens on the sides. When the tire flattens on the sides and we get on the throttle, we have more contact patch as opposed to a tire that's really hard that wants to stay curved. Like a basketball player with a flat tire, if you throw it down, it's going to stay there because it doesn't have to bounce to send it back up. The tire wants to bounce. So the more you flatten the tire, the more air you take out, the more the bike will sit at a mid angle and blend it. Anybody that's interested in we've got a couple more minutes. I want to do some Q&A, some questions and answers, and kind of make it a little more personal. I want to separate you guys. Everybody's interested in getting to a track day. I have 2 track days coming up, Thursday and Friday, July 24th and 25th. If you have any interest in getting any information about a track day, I want you to step on this side here. Any track day information, any track day from here. Say again? Just want to get some track right now. Anybody's had any accidents, any crashes on the street? Crash on the street? Right. I'm going to get you over here. I don't want to single you out, but I just want to get the crash over here. You guys a bit later. Some question and answer. How do we warm up? I'm going to go around really quickly and just get one-on-one questions and answers. Don't worry about that. That's just a joke. So warm up tires on a motorcycle. How do you warm them up? Camel hat. When you want to warm up your tires, you just got on your bike, you got off work, you could Joey, we're at Nautical Miles. Come through. All right, I'll be there in a minute. You throw your clothes on your jacket, you jump on your bike. You want to warm up your tires so when you get on the highway, you're good to blast. How do you warm up your tires, Joey? No clue. How do you warm up your tires, brother?
I'll do a couple of quick ones.
Okay. Okay.
That guy was on.
You do some left, right? Like Formula 1? Okay. Some S's? What about you, Pete? Same thing, S's, carbon. Okay. What do we think is more rubber? Carbon?
Questions?
So how do you put them on the tires? How do you warm up the tires when you come out the garage?
Hard braking and hard accelerating.
Okay. What about you, brother?
Give it some speed while you going through the local roads, and when you come into a stop, try to like come to a sudden stop.
Like an abrupt stop? I like that. You got, brother? Okay. 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 You rode here? All right. Keep going. Okay. All right. So check it out, guys. Remember I spoke about contact patch? Everybody get in a little closer. All right. Right now, let's say that this tire, we got about 5 more minutes, right? Let's say this tire has about 40 pounds of pressure, which a lot of dealers put 40 pounds in the book. Excuse my language. A lot of dealers, excuse my language, I'm sorry. It gets me so mad because I meet people that are like, yo, I almost fell leaving the dealer because they put so much tire in my, because they inflate the hell out of it to get the bead to pop. When you ever hit a tire go pop when it goes on the edge of the rim, that's to get the bead to seat. Once the bead, which is this edge hard part here, once that seats, now you're good to go. They forget to dial it back some, so you're with this tire. So when you leave the dealer, you leave any type of shop, when you get your bike worked on, please check your tire pressure, drop your pressure to about 33, 34, okay? So now, real quick, guys. Basically, what you guys are saying is in order to warm up the tire, we want a left and right lean, okay? the reason why we don't want to do that is because the tire has no heat in it. So this side of the tire and this side of the tire are not ready to perform yet because there's no heat. So what I want to do is, like my buddy said here, and my buddy here, and Trev, when I come out my garage, I want to make sure there's no cars coming. I want to stay in first gear. I want to run up to like maybe 12,000 RPMs, whatever red line is. Run up, get on the brakes abruptly, but not too hard. You don't want to grab them and then they slide because they're cold. When you grab that front brake, guys, come around. What's the tire doing inside? Go ahead. It's flattening out, right? So what's my contact patch doing? It's getting wider? All right. So now, do you notice that one? Who's ever heard you can't brake in a turn? Never brake in a turn.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You have to brake before the turn. And when you brake before the turn, you have to maintain that pressure as you go into the turn. Let me explain. You see how the contact patch is flat? This is how you heat up a tire. You go really hard, not hard, but you go a good amount, you get on the brake hard, and then what happens to the back tire when you grab gas? Same thing. The back flattens out because it now wants to push. So you brake. You do that about 3 or 4 times, the tires are ready to go. No swaying left and right, because if you catch a little oil slick, you ever see like the tires purple sometimes or blue? That's because you have a heat cycle that came to the edge. That's very dangerous because it's slippery. So we just want front throttle and then brake. So now, braking into a corner and then I'll leave us here and we'll spin off. I can't get into a corner, guys, and then apply brake. It's grippy here because it's hot. But I can't get on a bike and just lean in with no compression and then apply brake. I'm gonna lose it. What I have to do is I have to get on the brakes first as I'm approaching the corner, start and establish this contact patch to be wider, and then watch this. What happens when I keep that pressure and I start to edge to the side? Notice how it's still staying flat?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't see this module because when you mount your wheel, you don't see it inside. When you're riding, this is what your tire is doing all the time. Believe it or not, your forks are moving up and down and your tire is doing this every time. So now what happens when you get into a corner the right way as you were braking, and what happens when you let off the brakes? You see that?
Yeah.
You just lost about 3 or 4 inches of grip. So now when you let off the brakes and then grab the brakes again, and the bike slides, you're like, yo, easy. I did what you told me to do. I was on the brakes. I was braking into the corner. Yeah, but John, you let off the brakes. You opened up the travel of the suspension. You pulled the preload out of the tire and the contact patch, and then you asked the tire to work again. You can't do that. If you do have to establish brake, let's say you come around a corner and you see a car or you see straight red lights, yeah, I get it. You gotta stop. At that point, guys, I want you to pick the bike up a little bit. So let's say you're no brake. You're just riding. Your tire looks like this, and you see cars dead stop. I don't want you to now grab a hell of a lot of brake. You're gonna slide out. Pick the bike up a little bit, decrease your contact patch a little bit, then get on your brakes. Now, get it to compress, and then lay her back into it on those brakes. And then you'll be able to stop. Good?
Yeah.
Did everybody take something away today?
Yeah.
All right, if you wanna go to the track day, I'm gonna do a discounted rate. My rate is $185 for the track days. They're going to $220 this week, but I'll do $120 for whoever wants to get to the track. I have a beginner group. I have towing up to the track. Tommy tows. I have a couple people that tow. Tommy and Pete are two of my head coaches. They're both nasty, both drag elbow, drag knee. We all get after it, we all rip. I make custom suits. Again, I don't know who was able to donate. If you did like the class and you appreciated what you learned today, I'd appreciate a kind donation just to get us on track and get some rehab going. You don't have to. For all the donations that you send, which I have tickets, Pete is gonna give you a number and a name. He's gonna give you a number. Whatever number you have, I'm gonna do the raffle literally in the next 5 minutes because I have another class at 6:30. So I thank you guys. Easy22, Eddie, if you guys need anything from me, you follow me on Instagram, Easy22, EAZY22 on Instagram, and you let me know. Anybody else that wants to come to the class, here.